Damn it. Damn it. Aw, crap. This is like the most unforgiving game ever. Atomic Runner is one of the biggest gaming disappointments in history, mostly because it could have been a fantastic game, but because of just a few gameplay elements, the game is pretty much ruined and almost impossible to enjoy. See, Atomic Runner is a port of an arcade game. It has great graphics, fantastic music, and for 1992, the story in this run-and-gun game is spectacular. I mean, we have never seen such a rich story from a non-RPG title back in 1992. You play as this guy named Chelnov. He's this unassuming scientist. He lives in this pretty little Victorian house with his father and his sister. One night he decides to go for a jog. Then he comes home, he finds his father half dead, his sister's kidnapped by these evil monsters, and his father says with his dying breath, "You have to go rescue your sister. Oh, BTW, I have this powerful mech suit for you to wear." As luck would have it. So Chelnov puts on the suit and he becomes the Atomic Runner. But the story doesn't stop there. Apparently the baddies actually capture Chelnov and torture him inhumanely, as the game states. I can't even imagine what they did to him. Anyway, the gameplay picks up as Chelnov escapes from them and goes off to rescue his sister, and at the same time seeking revenge and justice for the horrible torture he endured. If we were just judging this game by graphics, music, and story, it would be one of the greatest games of all time. It would be a classic. So what completely ruins this game? The controls. They are unbelievable. First things first, you can only shoot forward and back, and you can shoot up and left and up and right. Hearing any problems with this? You can't shoot up! Which is insane, because every other enemy flies right past you. It would be so perfect if you could just shoot up. In the context of this game's controls, this makes no sense. I mean, you can shoot up and left and up and right. Why not just up? I mean, why leave out this very vital attack? It literally makes zero sense. Every single air enemy flies right past you. It would be the most useful attack in this game, and the game simply doesn't let you do it. But that's not even the worst part about this game's gameplay. There's so much more. I don't even know if I have enough time. I think there's a 10-hour YouTube limit. The game is constantly scrolling you forward. Even if you stop running, the screen is going to push you forward. There's no reason for that. I mean, in the context of this game, if Atomic Runner didn't have the power to stop or slow down in his suit, that would make sense. The only problem is you can stop. Atomic Runner can stop dead in his tracks. It's just that the screen keeps pushing you forward. There's no reason for this. And your character can't move back no matter what. Oh, there's a power-up right behind you? Tough luck. It's like right there. It's at arm's reach. I can turn around. Just let me take 2 steps back and pick that up. For the love of God, there's a boss fight coming up. I desperately need that power up. Please let me go back 1 inch, please. But here is the absolute worst thing about this game's controls. You have to press a button to turn around. Turning around is not instant. It's not intuitive. You don't just turn to the left and right to shoot enemies from various directions. You have to press C and then left or right to turn. Why? 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 I mean, seriously, why? Why can't you just press left and your character turns left? Why can't you just press right and up and your character starts shooting right and up? Why do you have to hold C first? What is the point of that? So in essence, you're constantly changing stances, and this makes the game a complete clusterfuck, because enemies are constantly coming from all directions, from the sky, from the land, from the left, from the right, from the top left, from the top right. They move left and right while subsequently moving up and down. Enemies are constantly coming from all angles. You need Twitch fast reflexes, and you simply cannot have twitch fast reflexes when you have to hold down a button before you actually turn. Let me put this into perspective. It's like if instead of just turning your head to see what's going on to the side of you, you would actually need to raise your hand up, grab your face, and physically move your head with your hand and not with your neck muscles. It's completely unnecessary and totally destroys your gameplay. It's not just the fact that you have to press the C button and the directional buttons to turn left and right. It's also the fact that there's a delay while you turn left and right. It's not instant, and that is a complete game destroyer in this game. The enemies are unforgiving. Not even the enemies. The environments are unforgiving. There's parts of this game that you simply can't pass if you don't have the right weapon. And you don't know what kind of weapon you need for those parts until you play them. There's some weapons that have like no range. They just come a little bit off your body and come right back to you. You can't even touch the enemies that are far away, and most of the enemies are far away. Look at this. How am I supposed to take this door out? Seriously, this is unbelievable. I simply do not have enough time to take this door out and progress with this weapon. It's simply not doing enough damage. When the arcade game this port is based on was made, the story was a bit different. You see, this game was actually capitalizing off the Chernobyl disaster at the time. See, to get more publicity, this game was basically parodying the Chernobyl disaster. The original story of this game was that you were a coal miner who survived a nuclear power plant explosion. Yes, this game actually exploited a nuclear tragedy to sell more copies. I mean, just to put that into perspective, it's like if Microsoft came out with a 9/11 edition of Microsoft Flight. It's like if somebody made a Hurricane Katrina ship simulator. It's absolutely shameful. But not even half as shameful as how actually awful the game is. Because of its horribly gimped and completely unintuitive control mechanics, the game becomes gruelingly difficult. I'm talking about one of the hardest games ever. Probably the hardest game on the Sega Genesis. The bad gameplay mechanics in this game make it one of the worst, most frustrating gaming experiences of my life. And the sad thing is, they could have been fixed so easily. 1, give us the ability to shoot up. 2, don't have us press the C button every time we want to turn. Just fixing these 2 aspects would make this game playable. I dare say it would make this game good, if not great. Oh, and listen to this game's full title. Atomic Runner Chelnov, Nuclear Man, The Fighter. Yeah, that's it. Seriously, its full title. Much like the controls, the title is also unnecessarily complicated. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends.